Hi guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kyra and today I'm bringing to you a full face of best-selling makeup from Ulta Beauty. If you're new to my channel, a very special welcome to you. I hope you will consider subscribing before you leave. It's free, it's easy, and it helps you find my videos Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday when I upload. Today's video is a concept I've seen kind of going around intermittently on the YouTube platform. The most recent video that I have seen is one from Kelly Gooch, so I will have that linked down below in the description box in case you want to check it out. And I just kind of scrolled through Ulta in their best-selling category, found some products that I personally already own. I'm shopping my stash for Ulta bestsellers, if you want to call it that. And then I kind of went with the ones that had the most stars as well as the most reviews. So if you want to see how I created this best-selling face of makeup, then let's go ahead and get started. For foundation, I found the Clinique Even Better Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15, and according to Ulta it has 4.5 stars with 1,200 reviews. I do actually really like this foundation, so I'm excited to use it again today. What do you guys think? Have you tried this foundation? Do you think it's worthy of the 4.5 stars? I do, I think. I really like this. Just honestly, I really do like this foundation. For me, this was a pretty good substitute when they discontinued the Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation. I do like the packaging on this one. I think it's nice. I always like a squeezy kind of foundation product versus a glass bottle. Glass bottles look nice and all of that, but it can be really hard to get all of the product out of it. I don't know if I would give it 4.5 stars necessarily, maybe 4 stars, but it's still a really good foundation. Next is concealer, and I don't think this will surprise anyone. It's the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. This is like a new repurchase for me, and I have mine in the shade Light. This one has 4 stars with 3,276 reviews. Is that not crazy? Holy moly, that's a lot of reviews. What do you guys think? Is this like a holy grail of yours? Because I don't remember loving it the first time that I tried it. That being said though, I tried it way back at the very beginning of my journey in beauty, so it's possible that it was just like user error, because I am kind of enjoying it right now. All right, let's do powder. For powder, it was the BareMinerals Mineral Veil Finishing Powder with 4.5 stars and 2,085 reviews. Back in the day, when I was using BareMinerals exclusively for base products, I really loved the Mineral Veil the most because it has no color to it. It's very finely milled. It's very light on the skin. Since this is a finishing powder and a mineral powder, I'm gonna use this little bit more domed, dense brush for buffing it into the skin. You know, the old swirl tap buff from BareMinerals, if you remember. Would I give it 4.5 stars? I mean, based on the quality of the product, I kind of would, but at the same time, there's so many other powders that I like better than this now that I don't know that I'd necessarily give it 4.5. For bronzer, you guys are never gonna believe this. It's the Butter Bronzer. I repurchased this recently and got the shade, just the shade bronzer. My old packaging was broken, it was the wrong shade, and this shade is definitely a lot better for my skin tone. The one I had before was Sun Kissed, which is, I believe, the next shade up from this one. Do you guys still love on the Butter Bronzer? This one had 4.5 stars with 1,870 reviews, which is actually really saying something. And I've kind of been trying to sort of diffuse my bronzer a little bit more over the whole face. Like, instead of the 3, you know, I kind of like to take away this like white bit here a little bit. I've been bringing it up on the nose, as is pretty popular right now. I just think it looks a little bit more believable. But I would definitely give this 4.5 stars. It is such a beautiful formula. It's very smooth. It's super easy to use, as hopefully you can see here. And, you know, it does make a nice warmth to the face. It does create a nice warmth to the face. For blush, this might not be a surprise either. It is the Tarte Amazonian Clay Blush, 12-hour blush. This is in the shade Partay. It's the one that everybody and their grandma got for their birthday a couple years ago. And this one has 4.5 stars with 1,271 reviews. And I'm gonna have to agree with that. I love this blush. I'll be sad when it's gone, but I do have the Milani Romantic Rose blush, which I think is very similar to this one. So I would like to know though, if you guys are a fan of these, if you have a recommendation for a more peachy one, nude peachy maybe. I'm always tempted to buy another one, but I also know that the pictures on Ulta are frequently not true to color, and so I'd rather take your guys' recommendations than try and figure it out on the Ulta website. This is always a favorite for me. I really like this shade. I feel like it's, you know, it's pinky, so it goes, you know, it works well as like a pinky blush, but it also has, you know, some warmth to it as well, so I think it works with warm looks. Okay, for highlighter, we have the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Pressed. Today I'm going to use the shade Opal. This one has 4.5 stars with 1,158 reviews. I like this product. I don't love this product, like any of the shimmering skin perfectors, to be honest. Opal has grown on me. I used to think it was too dark for me, but it's actually really pretty, and I'm sure I'll use it up, but I'm also like 99.999% positive that I won't miss it when it's gone. I just feel like it kind of emphasizes texture and imperfections that other formulas don't. For setting spray, facial spray, whatever you want to call it, we have the Mario Badescu facial spray with 4.5 stars and 8,014 reviews on Ulta. I have mine in a different bottle, but this is the Mario Badescu Orange Blossom and Sage scented facial spray. I'll never get over the scent of that one. I just love it. It has dethroned MAC Fix Plus for me. Alright, getting prepped for eyes. The tippity top eyeshadow primer was the MAC Paint Pot. I have mine in the shade Painterly. I already have a beautiful little dip in here because I love it. And it does hold on to my eyeshadow all day, which is a must. And I really like just the ease of applying this with a brush. I like that I can kind of carve out my brows a little bit while I do it because it is tinted, and it's just beautiful. I like the texture. It doesn't emphasize texture on my eyes, and I definitely have texture on my eyes. For eyeshadow palettes, I kind of flubbed a little bit, if that's what you want to call it. And by that I mean the tippity top of the reviews and the stars and all of that shenanigans was the ABH Modern Renaissance. I have it. I wasn't in the mood to work with that one today. I just wanted something a little bit different. And that one had like, I don't know, 3,000 something reviews. That being said though, that palette's been around for a long time. I did, however, pick a different ABH palette, and it is my beautiful OG Norvina palette. This one had 4.5 stars with 1,115 reviews, and I wholeheartedly agree with that. I would give this 5 stars in my opinion, but that's just me. I'm gonna start things off with this shade Volatile in my crease and outer part of my lid, a la Emily Noel. I really love this trick that she uses where she takes a very flat brush, packs it on the outer part of her lid, and then when she's got it on there, she flips the brush over so the part with the shadow is facing upward toward your scalp, and she just looks straight on in the mirror and pulls up with this flat brush toward the end of her brow, and every time you get the perfect lift right where you need it. And I'm going to put just a teensy bit of this on the very inner corner of the eye. Right, next I'm going to go into this shade called Incense and take a flat fluffy brush and just sort of work on blending out the edges of that first shade. So I'm curious to know if you have either or both Norvina and Modern Renaissance, which would you rank higher? Which would you give 5 stars to, if you would? All right, I would like to go in with the shade Dazzling all over my lid. This is such a pretty shade. It's kind of a bronze with like a pinky shift to it, which is why I think it will be nice with the pink shade layered on top for the halo. That's so pretty. I could use that all day, every day. That would be a really pretty color for a one shadow look for sure. So we're gonna use this pink shade called Wild Child, and I think the trick to a halo eye is to use the smallest flat little brush that you can find. And I do like to foil this shade Wild Child. It's a little chunky. So I'm gonna pick that up on my brush, and I'm gonna use that Mario Badescu facial spray. Now in terms of placing the halo eye, what you wanna do is look dead on in the mirror, see where the black part, the pupil of your eye is, and place your halo right there. Then you work up in a straight line from the pupil almost all the way up to the crease, and then I start fanning it out a little bit. As I get closer and closer to the crease, I fan it out a little bit so that the smallest width is at the bottom along the lash line, and then it kind of fans up like this, and that's how you get that large-eyed halo effect. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know that I explained it very well, but that's how I do anyways. And just build it up until you like it. And you can always go back and forth if you feel like you lost some of the first shade, which I probably will. I tend to get carried away with the halo, but there's a difference. Last but certainly not least, I love this shade Base right here for an inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna pick that up. It's just so pretty. It's way more brightening than one would think. I wouldn't even say that this is a satin shade. It has a sheen or a luminosity to it, but it's so good. I need to keep this palette out and use it. So if the airplanes weren't enough, now the trash truck is here. Alright, for mascara, I did open a new one for this video and for science. And it is the Benefit Their Real Lengthening Mascara. It has 4.5 stars with 10,781 views. It's It's not my favorite kind of wand. It's the plasticky with the very short bristles, but we'll see how we go. That being said, I used the Bambi eye mascara from L'Oreal lately, and I do like that one, and it's a plastic bristle brush. This is definitely thickening the lashes, which makes sense because the bristles are pretty far apart. So I'm doing my best to separate them, because I do not like clumpy lashes. It's definitely giving me length. Holy moly. Look at that. Wow. Dare I use this on my lower lashes? Alright, this is the part of the game where I jump off of here, do something about the hair, jewelry, all that, and then we'll come back for some best-selling lips. Alright, we are back, and I have already lined my lips with my MAC lip liner in Whirl, the holy grail, my precious. And for lips, I went ahead and picked a lipstick as well as a lip gloss with 4.5 stars and 755 reviews. The MAC matte lipsticks came in as a bestseller, and I'm going to use the shade Velvet Teddy today. It's a little more pinky than the other one that I have, which is Whirl, which matches the lip liner. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. The lip products were kind of all over the place in terms of numbers of reviews and stars and all of that, so I kind of just went with what I wanted and what I like and own and all of that. Get this, for the lip gloss, this one has 4.5 stars with 4,859 reviews, and it is NYX Butter Gloss. I have the Creme Brulée shade right here, and I just wanted to use this as just wanted to use this as a little bit of a highlight on the center of the lip. I've been into that again lately. It's all I want to do with my lips, so here we go. And this, my friends, is the final look. Ta-da! What do you think? Does this look like a face of best-selling products from Ulta? I feel like it does. I really enjoyed this. The only products that I wasn't like super duper thrilled with was the mascara. I mean, I'll continue to use it and I will update you at some point in a video. BareMinerals Mineral Veil, not my #1 favorite powder anymore, but it is a good one and I can see why it got the reviews. Everything else I totally agree with, or it wouldn't be in my collection, but they're all good products. I'll have everything linked down below for you in the description box in case you're curious, and they are affiliate links, so I do get a teeny tiny kickback if you use those links, and if you do, thank you in advance. And with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautiful, best-selling makeup days. Let me know down in the comments below what some of your favorite best-selling makeup is, or if you agreed with these products, and I will see you in my next video real soon.